Welcome to the December 18th, 2023 Advanced Report from McGowanGroup clients and NetworthRadio.com listeners. Spike. Dow Jones Industrial Average confirms an amazing Santa Claus rally, hitting an all-time new high this week above 37,000 with distance. What happened? We went through 2.5 years of degradation, and what we're seeing is inflation actually died in the month of October and November. Now it's only 60 days, but producer inflation, consumer inflation for 2 months in a row, absolutely near zero. We'll get to those in just a second because there was a significant event. Besides the inflation reports, then the Fed comes out, and of course they paused rates, but the members and the governors actually lowered their forecast for interest rates next year, meaning they're going to pivot. They're going to reverse path in 2024. The market celebrated extremely quickly. Take a look at those inflation numbers, and what we're seeing here on the CPI and PPI is that they are 0.1%, 0%, both of them for 2 months in a row. What are we going to do next in the markets? Well, 2024, the projections by Ed Yardeni for a 20% gain in S&P 500 profits over the next few years. Now here, this is the consumer price index we talked about, and coming in at 0.1, last month was actually zero. You can see the death of inflation. This is the reason that clients subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we called the death of inflation back here in July of 22, the first month we had with deflation. Now, it still spiked up. Inflation was a little stickier than expected, but this trend is clearly reversed. Producer prices, that is deflation. That is big deflation for producers. Even while they have wage increases of about 4%, productivity's going up. That means profits are going up. And here you can see the months of deflation for producers. This is actually negative over a year in total. And that says, wow, the rampant inflation we had in 22, that's gone now. We entered 2024 and the Fed's projected to bring rates down. That's a great environment. What else did the Fed say? They said GDP next year about 1.5%, rising back towards 2% over the 2 following years. That's not a recession. That's also good news. And the Fed predicts that they'll hit their 2% target on their preferred measure of inflation over the next 3 years. Wow, that's a pretty good environment. So I want to take a look at some of the portfolio components, because last week I did the big Dallas winners. Now, admittedly, disclaimer, I cherry-picked the portfolio for some of the best performances this year, and I brought those to you. Microsoft, over a 50% gain, and of course they got the AI lift, but they're also one of the companies at a reasonable price where artificial intelligence has been a part of their lexicon. Remember, spell check was kind of the first version, guessing what you were trying to spell. That was one of the first versions. And now, of course, the Chat GPT and the uses all the way down to fast food. We're looking at other candidates for artificial intelligence. This was a big winner. Visa's been in the portfolio for years, and they had a fabulous year as well. One of the blue chips that's in the portfolio. Vistra, this is the North Texas power generation companies. They have other regions too, but they came out of the TXU bankruptcy, reassembled the companies in the power generator for North Texas, and it is the only utility with a gain of 60% for the year. The rest of the utilities are actually down for the year. Now, one of the components is pipelines. How have the pipelines done over the last 5 years? These are the oil and gas pipelines. This is one of our favorite managers, so I wanted to see exactly how they've done since we started on it back in 2018 or 2019. With reinvested, it's an 11% return. If you took the dividends in cash, it's about an 8% return from the pipeline industry. And you can see the depths of despair down here. That reinvestment really helps when they shut down the whole economy. All right, 2024, that's the subject that we're going to cover next week. So be sure to subscribe. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back next week. I'm Spencer McGowan, your financial weatherman, President, McGowanGroup Wealth Management, a team of 10, the team that cares, serving affluent families right here from the Crescent in Dallas. We look forward to designing your updated plan for the current conditions. Thank you for tuning in today to Net Worth Media. We also have Apple Podcast. Simply type in Net Worth Radio and boom, it'll hit your phone right then. If you also go to networthradio.com on a browser, you're going to be able to meet the team. You can see our performance track record, the model portfolios that go with today's broadcast. Also at networthradio.com, the Longer Play podcast is available there as well. We're grateful that you've tuned in. Remember, when we talk about a security, it doesn't make it a recommendation for your portfolio until we actually complete a written plan for you by Zoom or in office or simply a conference call. So reach us at networthradio.com if you want to get that arranged. Market fluctuations and how to handle them. We build high cash flow portfolios, and past performance doesn't guarantee future results, so you do have to be ready for challenging markets. We can build more cash flow during challenging markets than we can when everybody's happy and everything's up, which is when we tend to raise tactical safety. Those allocation strategies are here at networthradio.com. Thank you for tuning in.